Coach, we're about 15 miles or so west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in the Arizona suburb of Glendale. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Check 53. You don't know no better. 49. Check 49.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
What? 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Mike 53. Time to go. Jim. 19. Go. Mike 53. 53. Mike. Hey, alert.
This is Carson. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Well.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Jennings was the one he was looking for. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
Check 56. Exit.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. That's off.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. His throw incomplete.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The first carry now. This is Johnson. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, that's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He'd hit the sideline.
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Bucky Hodges, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Got it. 6 down. Check 6 down. Check 43. Check. Cross.
Here's Carson. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check 50.
third down, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A third down gain of 19.
And the Seahawks first down.
Right left. Number 53, Mike 53. I know you ain't got it. 36 power. Check 13.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They'll run on first down. Carson, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Watch a slap. Got it. Check.
Now on second and 13, Wilson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Tanner Vallejo in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here.
19. Alert.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Hassan Reddick, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cards will take over first and 10.
At their own 18-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Squeeze, double.
Second down, Murray sets to throw, eluding the pressure right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 27 yards there, a first down. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions, because so many things can happen that can go wrong.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Yeah, nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready? 56. Right. Right there. 56. So don't say nothing. Slam. 50. Go. 56. Check 56. Come on, dude.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Green 80. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Switch. Check 4. Hatchet. He's coming. We got double up. Check.
Going on the ground with Homer. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. He's checking. Check.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
Move the team. 53 at the mic. I'm here all day. Check out. Well.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback. But as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Here we go. that's trash. That's trash. Kill, kill, kill. Kill.
Mixon with a first down carry.
Go, 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 run.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Go on. Come on, D. Shit. Watch the shit.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Watch the screen. Check 9, 12. He's moving.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. That's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait in Hampshire Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson being chased out left. And an alley to run. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Good job right there. Hey, turn it up.
Now it's Carson. Yeah, he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. You got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Michael Kendricks picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just...
And he's into the clear. He's at the 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. Joe Mixon, his 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing.
And pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Tanner Vallejo, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Come to my work. We want it. Got it. Check the backer, check the backer.
Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Let's go. Hustle. 53, Mike, 53. Watch the screen. One pass. 53. Hold up. Coming to you.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's going to go down again. Chandler Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I think we've seen this before. someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
At their own 36-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Yeah, Jim. Here we go. Right there, 54, right there.
Murray now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Here's Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll run with Mixon. Space to maneuver at the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on third and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run. A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on fourth down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal. And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Good job right there. Good job right there. 50. Check. 53 is mine. You must be drinking.
They run again with Carson, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Wilson. This will be caught. It's Mack, the tight end. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
And the Seahawks, first down.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Go, go, go.
Check 50. Check 50.
Move 15.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. They're not ready.
On first down, Wilson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Move 15.
You got tight. You got tight.
Let's go double count right here. Double count.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Hassan Reddick in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here.
Undercut. Check 26. Check 26. Check.
40.
Throwing is Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Hassan Reddick, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Now this throw caught left side. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona. 51 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. To throw is Murray. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Davante Adams, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Play action. Now Wilson. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Hassan Reddick, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Here we go again. Here we go again. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Back.
Now Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. On 1st down, Mixon. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because no matter what...
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Joe Mixon. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season, as his guys continue to pour it on. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing that one decision.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tanner Vallejo, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. This is Homer. And he'll be taken down at the 18. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
And it's 3rd down.
53, Mike. 65. 65! 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
14.
Watch out.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Tempo.
Here's Wilson operating from the gun. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A gain of 13, it's a first down. Throwing on first down is Murray. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
To try again after the sack. Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. And he'll find Moreau here. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, Just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
16 yards, a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
Back to throw it. Murray. Now he's going to let it go deep, right sideline. And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Arizona. 42 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good